This podcast torments me now. I tried to kill it off a few years back, but it haunted me. I thought I could bring it back under my control. I have failed. Every episode now, I am censored, embarrassed, and exposed. They just stay with me, in my mind. I need to finish this now. Whatever story arc is going on needs to be finished. I just want peace. Who cares what this book is about? Who cares what has happened so far? Let's just remember, this is fiction. Always fiction. Logic is as logic fucking does. I run out of the room. I have to be somewhere. I look both ways down the corridor. Though, staying in my body, my heart feels like it's pushing me in one direction, and my heart in the other. Doesn't matter. The patch where I left the nausea is right where I'm standing, and the nauseousness re-enters. Can I vomit? Can I focus? Should I vomit? Should I focus? With a million pressing decisions to be made, why is this the only choice I am able to think about? I try to breathe, but hyperventilation stops me. My back hits the wall, or perhaps the wall hits my back. Either way, it doesn't support me, as the floor moves up, buckling my legs, and then forcing me onto my side. Faces fly towards me. I have a moment to detect the features as they materialize and then attack. I don't recognize anybody, though they have clearly defined features. It's as if they are listening to me, though. The cycle builds in speed until they are practically a blur. Their impact is more of multiple dense blocks of air hitting me. If I could describe the air, it would be blue. My eyes, already closed, scrunch tighter as the rest of my body absorbs the blows. I know I have to move from this patch. First, I extend my fingers. If I can just get my hand implanted firmly on the floor, I can then worry about getting the strength to my arm. And I shift myself slowly forwards. The further I move, the more my strength returns. The blueness begins to dissipate. Breathing is easier. Clarity comes back. The floor moves back down. The wall? Well, it was useless to begin with. The air isn't blue. The corridor. Which way? Looking around to make a decision, I realize that where there was once a path, there now isn't. Only the one side of the corridor still exists, forcing the decision on me. I head down and then into a room. No! I back out! The door isn't there! Fuck! The guy is there. The one who talks into a tripod. The Earth is in jeopardy. Likewise, the Trascon plan is facing setbacks. The humans aren't such a walkover after all, with Ginger acquiring a tool, though this isn't known to the Trascons just yet. I'm going to do that one again. The Earth is in jeopardy. Likewise, the Trascon plan is facing setbacks. The humans aren't such a walkover after all, with Ginger acquiring a tool, though this... I suppose that's going to be kept in the edit. Where are you? You know where I am. What happened last episode? I'm pissed. Apparently this is the only way to talk to you. Remember what happened last time? Yeah, I spent a lot of time editing it. You undid the editing. You sounded like shit anyway. But what was it you said? I don't know. Maybe fuck like a million times. If I had time, I'd have re-recorded it. Now, I'm just desperate to get this project over and done with. You revealed yourself. Why are you so critical? Why are you fucking around like this? For a while, I kind of thought it was a charming thing. Bit of flavor, bit of texture. A couple of weeks ago, though, all you did was just... You think I was never critical? You think it's all whimsy? Don't you remember the countless rewrites? The hours debating? The note-taking? What kind of a person does that? Yeah, but yes. You haven't changed. You've just, I don't know, put yourself away. Says the student. Says the one who doesn't put in the time. You've already reached your midpoint. Don't talk about this like it's a story. You've already acknowledged as much in your intro. It was an idea. I plan to edit it out. Will you? Will you? Or rather, will you not? Oh, this is staying in as well, isn't it? Your cute experiments that I like to read out were fun when I was 21, 22? They aren't cute anymore. Okay, I'm done. Just don't fuck around with the edit like that. As mentioned, we are still in the early stages of the second act. We haven't hit the midpoint yet with either a false high or a false low. But it's a plan. Ginger is jumping to action. We have a new Ginger full of initiative. I just wish that I could have written in more glimpses of this side of Ginger into the first act. Oh, and now music. Maybe it's not being picked up on the mic, but I'll wait a moment. The blue walls. Oh. Speaking of the first act, there is a lot of mirroring going on with these. I'll try that again. There is a lot of mirroring going on. You've been ignoring me. There is a lot of mirroring going on with these last two Ginger chapters and his first chapter. I write in a whole extra scene, and you don't notice. There is a lot of mirroring going on with these last two Ginger chapters, and just talk to me. Can't I just read this script out? You're the writer. You decide. I don't think I can decide on anything anymore. That right has gone elsewhere. Why do you lie? You say that I do stuff. I don't do that stuff. Stealing? That's what's in the chapter. If it's fair, I read it out. I don't steal. Story-wise, it's not achieved anything. I can't remember if it's a setup for a later action. I'm not revising anything now. I just read out what I wrote. I can't even remember when that bit came in. But you said I steal. Flavor? A way to make you seem more interesting during a lull in the book? I don't know what happens to me. Sometimes I'm here, sometimes I don't know. I hear about myself. I hear you telling stories of me. But they are lies. They are wrong. I didn't do that. I've watched. I've doubted myself. But one thing seems consistent. You read me. I exist for a bit. I disappear. Wait, that stealing bit. That was after you first appeared here. I don't know how time works. Who are you then? I'm Ginger Jeeves. I mean, If I've got you wrong, what kind of person are you? It's like at that party, I didn't go to that party, but you made me sound like I just sat there being miserable. I'm not like that. People love me. I'm always making jokes. And that briefing room stuff, what was that? I've given lots of mission briefings. I go in there, lay out the plan, boom, done. You're very different. Why? That was my question to you. You're the writer. I don't have the answers, you do. I just think of you as, I don't know, being in random places. Like one moment you're here, or you're talking with someone, and then you're in a jungle or something. You don't take the initiative. You react. Here, you're being assertive. Is this because of what I was saying last episode? Why a jungle? I don't know. Tarzan? That doesn't feel right. Claustrophobia, perhaps. It's dark because of light not getting through the tree cover. Sounds. It's like I would want to escape. Right, but it's dense. Fighting through the foliage. But what would you have? A machete? No. You'd have something like a stone with John Lennon's face on it. I wrote Chaplin in the novel, a figure you would have recognized. But yeah, it was John Lennon in that original dream I had. I see you in the jungle, but first you need a way into the jungle. Maybe some kind of corridor, and you don't know which way to go. You're returning to a place, so there'd have to be some acknowledgement of you being there. Like you were feeling sick. But once you get past the corridor, you continue. Which way? Looking around to make a decision, I realize that where there was once a path, there now isn't. Only the one side of the corridor still exists, forcing the decision on me. I head down, and then into a jungle. In my hand is the pebble from earlier. I look around for you, Holly, but I can't see you. However, I do hear you. This at least gives me a direction to head in. I'll worry about leaving this jungle later. All there is just dense foliage. To clear it, I throw my body into it to break it a bit, before then kicking away with more finesse. 2 minutes of work, and I am sweating out all the nausea from earlier. It contaminates the air, but then disappears into the sounds of the jungle. Speaking of the first act, there is a lot of mirroring going on with these last two Ginger chapters and his first chapter. So, what do we have to look forward to in the next episode? William struggles with seeing things in the middle distance. Until then, I remember this music. God, it sounds awkward. I had no idea how to properly record back then. Dunno, but it's here. Always. It changes. You ever thought of music as torture? How was the jungle? It just brought me back here. How do we get you to leave? You've written me in here. You want me to leave? Conclude my story. I don't give a shit anymore. Well,